You know, modern vehicles and even classic cars have a lot of different size body panels. We have larger flat areas right here. Then you have the likes of your A, B, C, and D pillars, which if you're using a larger size pad, well, it's not going to fit. So we have a lot of different options available to us for polishing smaller or larger panels. Now, the option of the extra flexibility of having unique tools makes your life a lot easier when you're detailing your vehicle. And the reason why is because you can become much more precise when you polish. So, for example, here is a mini polisher. This is cordless. It's powered by a lithium-ion battery. As a matter of fact, all the ones are that I'm going to showcase. It weighs next to nothing, and you can actually change out the head from a 3-inch backing plate like I have here with a quick chuck release like that, as well as the actual assembly. So right now I have a 12mm orbit, which makes this a random orbital polisher. Put that back in there. Like that. So the pad rotates and it oscillates. Now, this tool is also variable speed. And what's really awesome about a flexible tool like this is that you can pull that collar back and you can change it down to a 1-inch pad and even change the actual action of the tool. So this was a dual action, meaning the pad rotates and it oscillates. Here's a rotary attachment. So it just spins in a direct circle, and I have a 1-inch pad right here that attaches with Velcro. And now it's a rotary tool. And a rotary tool like this really comes in handy for small areas like this 1-inch panel right here. You can really get in there or down in here. And again, it just allows increased versatility compared to using, say, a larger pad like we have here. This is also a dual action machine, but the difference is that this has a 5-inch pad, so it covers a lot larger area. And this tool is not ideal to use on a larger surface like this, because then you're going to get some overlap on some surfaces that you don't necessarily want to polish, or even do in an area down here. This tool, while it excels with larger flat panels, it's not ideal for doing the smaller areas. And yes, it'll work, it's just not going to work as efficiently or as precise. And then another option is a full-size rotary polisher. And with this tool, we actually have a 2-inch extension. And what this does is it allows the body of the machine to get away from your pad. And what that'll do for you is when you're polishing small areas like this, and let's say you need more correction than the 3.5-inch pad on a dual action machine, you can use this guy with some compound or some polish depending on what you're doing, and you can really get in there and be precise. Now, foam pads come in different levels of cut, different levels of aggressiveness. This is a yellow foam cutting pad. There's not a universal system between all the manufacturers, so you want to make sure that you do your research, and when you get your pads, identify which ones are cutting and which ones are finishing. But if you're not sure, the easiest way is just to feel the foam. This foam is very aggressive, it's very sharp. We're compared to a gray finishing pad like this or a black finishing pad. This is really soft, so a lot different foam technology. And take your compound, and with the rotary machine, it just spins in a circle, so you have to be more mindful when you're using it. Simply turn it on, spread it out, and really get in there. Or if you're a beginner, if you want a safer tool to use, that's when a dual action would really shine. So swap this guy over to my 12mm orbit, and I have dual action set up, and I'll put a little bit more compound on here. And this guy is much more user-friendly compared to the rotary tool I was just using. So that machine was just spinning in a circle. This will rotate and oscillate. And it makes things much easier. Now, when you're using a high-quality paint compound, if you get some on the chrome trim or the plastic trim, it's not the end of the world, or even on the glass. But this tool, since it weighs next to nothing, it gives you a lot of versatility. And you can come down here, do areas like this. You just want to make sure that your pad is rotating. If the machine's not flat, the pad won't rotate. If the pad's not rotating, nothing is happening. So you got to make sure that pad is rotating. So as you can see, having different tools greatly increases your versatility when you're polishing. Now, you might be watching this thinking, well, that's just for professionals. Well, the truth is, when you get a high-quality buffer and you actually start detailing your car, you're going to go, wow, this is fun, this is enjoyable. You don't have to be professional to utilize these different tools. So You know, tools you'll add to your arsenal over time, and it just makes the experience a lot more fun because you can be more precise. Now, I guess I started polishing this back end. I should probably finish it. Next up is going to be topical water spots on the front end of this 20-year-old Equinox. Stay tuned.